Hello, this is WG, and this is the first ever podcast I have created. I hope I can provide great audio content to all you guys out there. Before I begin, I want to talk about what this channel is about. Here, I will upload podcasts about different books and things related, like writing. One thing I want to feature is comparing books against others, which is how I named this channel. But before I get there, I want to start with a relatively short podcast. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the length of this thing. So today I'm going to talk about the book, The Hunger Games, specifically a theme and some symbols used, as well as my overall rating of the book. But just a quick spoiler alert before we start. Click away now if you don't want to ruin the book. So, without further ado, if all you guys are gone, let's start. So first, let's do a quick summary of the book. Basically, a girl named Katniss Everdeen lives in a future America called Pan Am. After a massive rebellion, the government is extremely strict on its inhabitants, even forcing them to engage in something called the Hunger Games. Each district puts the names of all of its children between the ages of 12 to 18 into 2 glass balls per district, separated by gender. One name is drawn from each ball per district. Then all 12 districts children picked have to fight to the death on a publicized event. So when Katniss's sister, Prim, is chosen, Katniss volunteers to take her place. And then after some gruesome battles, Katniss wins. However, she cheated the rule that there is only one victor by also bringing back the male tribute from her district, Peeta Mellark. Now, because of this decision, she suffers through the next 2 books in the series. I'm gonna begin with some symbols used in the book. One such symbol were the dresses provided to Katniss. Before and after the games, Katniss took place in some festivities provided by the country's capital, called the Capitol. I'm sensing some lack of creativity here. Anyways, the dresses Cinna designs for Katniss not only give Katniss her an identification, the girl who was on fire, but they also represent her. She's fierce and uncontrollable, kind of like fire. Cinna designs the first dress to reflect the main industry of Katniss's district, coal mining. And since coal is a fossil fuel used to burn, Cinna creates a dress that can be lit with the help of some artificial flames, which somehow Katniss manages to grip and bear and stick with. The dress is the reason Katniss is called the Girl on Fire throughout the book. And I have to say, after reading this book so many times over, the Girl on Fire is probably the first thing that comes to mind when I try and remember the book. This is all thanks to the amazing character that is Cinna, her stylist, and his great choices in design. Collins manages to capture these amazing dresses by describing them. I can definitely picture quite a few of these dresses in detail. She definitely has a talent for that, in my opinion. And another symbol used a lot is the Mockingjay. I mean, the 3rd book is named after it, so I think it's safe to say that it's important. Well, the Mockingjay is a bird which derives from the Capitol's failures. It's funny to see Katniss take the symbol as her own, and then proceed to humiliate the Capitol again with the Mockingjay, to the extent that Snow himself needs to talk Katniss into backpedaling what she did with the Mockingjay thing. It is also adapted by the Second Rebellion, so you can see how much of an impact Katniss's pin did. I love how they took a discarded mistake that the Capitol made and put it into use, almost like they were intentionally rubbing it in the Capitol's face. So now I want to round off this very short podcast by talking about one theme addressed in the book, the fact that suffering is the basis of entertainment in Pan Am. So the Hunger Games is pretty much based off of children's suffering. That's obvious from the way Katniss talks about it at the beginning, to reading about her starvation during the actual games. So, using suffering as entertainment is commonplace in this dystopian world. While this world may seem far from our own, I must say that some aspects of pain and suffering have crept into our entertainment, which kind of worries me. I don't know about you guys, but we have a lot of shows and movies featuring lots of gore and violence. Heck, even our reality TV is in on this trend. Survivor showcases a lot of pain and injury which the people have to go through. So I'm gonna leave you with that thought there. But before that, I want to conclude with my rating of the book out of 10, with 1 being irredeemably bad and 10 being insanely good. I have to give it a 9. The only thing stopping a 10 is the fact that Katniss is quite unemotional. Personally, I like the emotion that she shows. It gives life and character to an almost frighteningly realistic world. And that is it. That was my podcast for today. I hope you guys like it. And if you want to have more to listen to, just give me a like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment what books you want me to review next in the comments below. Now again, this has been WG, and you just listened to Books versus Books, first ever podcast. Goodbye.